I used to go camping all the time when I was a kid. It wasn't by choice. We grew up in Oregon. I had a father, two brothers. We were camping all the time. It wasn't raining, and sometimes when it was. It wasn't until I was adult that I started camping on purpose, and I had a great time, and I had a small group of friends, and that's what we would do. We'd go camping, and it was great. And I would go camping with my friend Andy Buzan all the time. It was fantastic. Haven't been camping in many years. And last fallish, I was on a small film shoot out near Mount Hood and followed the directions, got down, and it was a very familiar, it felt familiar. And as I got wound down, I realized this is a spot, well, we called the spot, and for a couple years it was our spot. And I hadn't been there in 16 years maybe. And I was down there and I was just flooded with memories as the day went on, and the last time I was there was probably 2005-ish, 2004, 2005, and my friends, Andy included, had decided to go camping for a weekend, and I wasn't invited. And I'm not really sure why, but I know that I was, my feelings were hurt. And I was out that Saturday with a friend, and she was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "My friend's been camping. They didn't ask me to go camping. Well, what's wrong with me?" And we spoke about that for a while, and then she said, "Do you want to do something?" I'm like, "About what?" She goes, "Do you want to do something to them?" I'm like, "Someone should do something to them." That's for goddamn. And so, at the crack of like midnight 30, a plan is hatched. We go to my house, and I get a Polaroid camera and a couple boxes of film. Amanda paints her face stark white, and we haul out to Mount Hood. It was fine. We weren't very drunk at that point. Totally safe. We get out there and would forget really what the plan was. Not really sure there was a tight plan. We get out there. We drive down. It's about 2:30 when we arrive. We park about a quarter mile away, and we walk in, and there are 4 tents set up, and they're all passed out, snoring away. These 4 tents, these goddamn assholes, they're all asleep. And so we just start taking Polaroids of the campsite, of their tents. We put Amanda kind of in the bushes, and it's startling, the images that came out. And then we started like, well, there's their picnic table there and all their shit, and so we just like, we empty out their bottles of various things, and then we start arranging things in what we think may be a satanic sort of pattern. We don't really know, but I know that they don't. So we fuck with their shit a little bit. We move some stuff around. And we take a picture of Amanda's foot, which we felt was really weird. That was the one that we were like, maybe we're going too far. This is a fetish now. Oh, we drew a big arrow on the ground pointing to a really big tree. And we were like, this is going to upset. It was stupid. We took all the pictures, we stacked them up, we wrapped them in a little like bar towel they had out, and I went to Andy's car, and I put him in the glove box, and we left. Went home, no big deal. The next week, we would hear from them that like someone came and screwed with their campsite, and they were pissed, but no big deal. Didn't hear anything about the pictures. That's fine. And it was like a couple months later, I was at Andy's for something, and they were talking, and he hadn't opened it. I don't open my glove box a lot. I do now, but he had opened his glove box, and he found the pictures, and they were collectively freaking out. When did these pictures arrive? What was going on? Who would do this? Why the foot? What is that in the thing? Is that a face? Maybe the things were satanic. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Cut to 3 years ago, just about now. And I've stored a couple boxes of Andy's at my house, and I'm going to move, so I bring them to him. And I get to his house, and I give it to him, and we sit and visit for a while, and he opens the boxes and goes through it. He's in the last box, and he's like, oh, my God. And he pulls them out. They're still wrapped in the towel, and he's like, did I ever tell you about the thing? And he tells me, and I'm like, yeah, I remember that. He's like, did you ever see the pictures? I'm like, I don't know if I did. And we look at the pictures, and I'm like, holy shit, these are fucked up. This is weird. I would never go camping again. And I looked through it, and his eyes are wide, and he's so animated, and he had been a little sad at this period of his life, and so he was so full. It was so exciting, and his blood was up. And I said, Andy, I took these pictures. You fucking imbecile. That's Amanda. Like, you know her. What? And he laughed. It's amazing when you see someone ingest something and from their balls arises this fucking force and energy, and he cried, and it was this huge, like a huge weight had been lifted, but also one of the great things that had happened to him, and he just laughed. We hugged, which was not unusual, but it was just great. And he said, let's never tell anybody. And I said, I really haven't until you. But and so I said, let's not, we'll just keep it to ourselves. And he died 5 months later, and so one of us took it to our graves. I clearly have not. I haven't gone camping since he died, and I didn't think about it until just back there that, I don't know. I'm going to go camping again soon, and I'm going to talk to Andy, and I'm going to make damn sure no one takes any Polaroids of me. Thanks.